Hey guys, it's Karen. So it is, it's getting really late in the whole, I need to get this anthology thing done because the deadline's coming up. And so what did I do? I decided to redraw the whole first page and change the style of which I'm doing it again because I am crazy. No, I have many reasons for it, which I'll get into in a minute, but I'm trying to figure out how to turn this. I'm trying to figure out how to turn the view of the, okay, show mask area. I don't want to show that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go over to my original idea, which I guess if I unflatten this, you'll be able to see it better. So you guys remember the drama. I have been going back and forth between how to draw the darn thing and whether I should shade or not shade and yada, 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 right? Insane. I don't know what I'm doing. So I realized after trying like crazy so first I did the original incarnation. It was going to be black and white. I didn't like the style. It was too much like my coloring books, too juvenile, too flat, too busy. So then I thought, let me go try shading. I liked the shading, but it was going to take a long time. The freaking line art was taking forever. Then to shade on top of that, ridiculous. So then I thought, okay, let me go with my first idea about black and white, but let me really try to make it stark black and white with black shadows and lots of spot blacks and try to really concentrate on the light. No, that was taking me forever. It was even more obnoxious than anything else I was doing because I don't know how to draw like that. So I started shading again. Which I'm comfortable with for the most part, but I didn't like, again, it was like too flippant. So I just started shading the line art I already had. Let me see if I can pull this up. And I was liking that okay, but it was still like really busy and hard to, I don't know, it was too busy and the perspective was off on the front panel and I just couldn't take it. I couldn't stand it. So I flattened this whole dang thing out, and also I was never happy with the way I drew the mare, and I felt they were too small and I couldn't get them focal enough. So I thought maybe I need to totally redraw this yet again. So I'm always really drawn to Mobius, and when I did my pinup for the book, the first anthology, I did it more like this, which I've switched the screen to. I hope you guys can hear me. So when I did the line art for the anthology pinup in the first book, I did the line art like this. And lots of shading. So I'm always at war with myself between... Oh, the other thing was I did not like the way my bushes and things were coming out. Again, it was too cartoon. It was too juvenile, which is not a problem, but I didn't want this to be that juvenile. I want it to be have a slight bit more realism in it. Just clearly I'm drawing like cartoony. So it's not that I'm going for hard realism here, but because if anybody looks at my horse anatomy, they're going to go, yeah, realism, give me a break. This is like the horses I drew when I was in high school. So, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So anyway, so I started doing this over, and you can see I changed, I don't know if you can see, but I changed the background quite a bit. So I used the original as my pencils and I started over. I gave more of a, I gave the unicorns more acting, more interaction. like they're not just standing there posing, like she's actually interacting with her stallion. And you know, I simplified the background and I made the leaves and trees more, I don't know, Mobius inspired. I guess everything's more Mobius inspired. The only thing I have left to do here on this page now with the inks is the rocks down in the bottom, and I actually have a Mobius, some Mobius. It's not that I'm trying to copy Mobius. Again, I've always liked this spare line work, and I think I'm okay at it. So I'm just always flip-flopping between more expressive weighted lines and then this more, you know, Mobius style stuff. So I just need to figure out how I'm going to do this. And I also, when I resketched this, I did try to let's see if you can see this. The ground wasn't there was not enough volume in the first incarnation, and one of the things I've been striving to do this year with comic book work and any other illustration work is really getting more volume into my drawings. And not my comic book stuff. That's very flat and coloring book stuff is really flat and stylized, and that had translated automatically into this, and I didn't want that. In my pinup as well, I tried to get a lot more three-dimensionality last time, and so I tried to carry that through. So you can see that I drew through with cylinders through the forms, and I actually, like, it's not perfect or anything, but it's better than it was. So, yeah. So that is where the state of things is right now. This actually, inking this and redrawing it took me like 100th of the time. So I did this in just a couple hours compared to the days it was taking me to deal with it before. So whether or not this ends up being good once I add shading, because I'm going to shade the background, and try to get some decent light in here, but I don't know if I'm capable of that. So regardless, the inking took me 0 time at all doing the foliage like this, which is a win. So now when I spend more time on the shading, it's not going to be so miserable. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to end this video now, and I need to make some kind of the title here. Let's say redrawing the first page again. Don't yell at me. Okay. There's my title. So you can yell at me if you want to. I had just watched Peter Palmiotti's video for today, and he was, ironically enough, it was funny. He was talking about this very same thing about, you know, starting over a million times, when it's time to just move on, or when you need to keep going. Peter's also working on his anthology piece right now, so you should go check his videos out if you haven't. Peter Palmiotti on YouTube. So I commented over there that I was doing this, and apparently I'm not the only one who's been kind of going over work a few times among the group. He sort of pointed out, so in his video. So hopefully now I found the right balance. I cannot afford, regardless, I have to stick with this now. I cannot afford to do this over again. I have to move forward. I don't have enough time. The deadline is fast approaching, people. So I got to get moving. So I'll probably be streaming and stuff during the day while I'm here alone working, because I don't really expect anybody to be around to watch it, but if you happen to see me on, pop in, say hey, because I really do need to spend some time on this. And I might as well just stream while I'm doing it. So I hope everybody else is making fabulous progress on theirs. And I will see you guys later. Bye.